Bedwetting can be frustrating and embarrassing, but if a reflex is at the root of that problem, you can't shame or punish a kid out of bedwetting. There is a reflex called the spinal galant, and it's activated by touching along either side of the lower spine. And when it's active and you touch that area, then the hips will sort of flex side to side. In utero, the purpose of this is so that the baby can kind of wiggle their spine up against the spine of the mother. And that's actually the beginning of auditory processing, because the baby is now getting sound through bone conduction. And then in birth, being able to flex the hips kind of helps as the baby goes through the birth canal. Well, if that reflex is retained as the child gets older, then if it's activated, say they're sleeping on their back or they change positions while they're sleeping, well, that reflex is also connected to the bladder. So it can then cause bedwetting. It can cause sleep problems because they're wiggling all the time. It can cause kids to be very sensitive to tight clothing. So you may have a child who will only wear certain things, but other things, they're not going to wear them because they don't realize it, but it makes them uncomfortable because it's triggering that reflex. These are kids that, when they're sitting in class, you think they have ants in their pants, they're just wiggling all the time. And so they get told to sit still, sit still, sit still. Well, subconsciously, they may really try to sit still. And when they do that, now their body gets very rigid. And so a lot of their attention gets funneled away trying to keep their body still. And so they miss information. And of course, that's going to impact memory and learning.